In my opinion, one of the most beautiful travel trailers in 2026 is this one right here. This is the Wildwood 270ZEN, and they've taken a lot of elements from the residential side and put it in an RV. Definitely a lot of out-of-the-box thinking for the industry. I mean, take a look at the chairs right here, for example, right? We've never seen chairs like this in the industry. I really do like the design of them. They are going to be quite comfortable, especially if you scoot back, you're able to swivel here. They do recline as well. I didn't find the reclining position quite as comfortable as the seated position, but I love the way that they look. Right here in the back, you have this massive pane of glass. Now, this is going to be thicker than your standard RV window, because for a pane of glass that big, you need that extra strength. You'll also see right here, you have this light. I love this. Again, something that, we would see in a house, but not in an RV. And it blends really well with all the colors here. They've done a fantastic job with the window treatments. You also have bamboo roller shades kind of all the way throughout this entire living area. You also have the blade lighting up top. So, not only do you have a lot of windows to bring in a ton of natural light during the day, but it's also going to be nice and bright at night. Now, for our main seating space outside of the two amazing chairs right back here, we also have the sofa. So if guests come over, you have a spot for them to sleep. This does pull out into a bed as well. It is a sleeper sofa, so guests have the ability to stay the night. You have a little bit of storage right over here to this side, which I really like. And then moving up a little bit further, we kind of get into this little area, which, I would use as either a coffee bar or maybe an actual bar, but I really do like this additional space. You have a spot up here for some additional glassware. You have storage right down underneath, right? Excellent storage down there. But one of my favorite parts is going to be the mirror. Why? No, not because I'm super vain, but because right behind that, they have put the microwave, right? Nobody wants to see the microwave in an RV. It's unsightly. They've done a really, really good job of hiding it here. You'll also see over to the side, you have a pantry with adjustable shelving and a motion sensor light. They even went through the effort of having a design on the door so it's not quite so boring. Now, as for eating, again, they've taken some pages out of the residential side. You have a really large island with 4 seats here. And this is something they did with like their View series in years past. They brought it into the Zen series, and I personally love it. Not only is it great seating, it's excellent prep space for when you're prepping food. You have the sink over to the side. It's undermounted because you have thermoformed countertops, high-rise faucet, additional storage space right under the sink here, and there is enough space for a trash can if you want one there. And then kind of behind me here is going to be this is all in a slide out. This is going to be the rest of your entertainment center as well as the kitchen. One of the things I really like that they did is they built their own televator. And the reason I love that they did it is because it is flush. So many televators I've seen have like a cap on it, and I just don't like the way it looks. This, I think, is just smart design. The control is right over here, and boom, just like that, it lifts up and out. Now, I know what you're thinking, be like, Ian, that is possibly the worst picture I've seen on a TV. Well, it's not real, but that's because this is the first one. In the event of the actual RV, of course, there will be a TV there. And then right down underneath, you can see the large fireplace. That does a great job of not just looking fantastic, also kicks out some heat. You'll even see the auxiliary lighting underneath. They did a great job there too. Now, for the slide out, it is flush floored. You'll see they went with the marine grade woven rather than the linoleum. And I asked them about this because I personally like the look of the linoleum a little bit better. And what they said, and it makes a lot of sense, is that when you have slides like this and it pushes so tight into something, which with a kitchen island it's going to push up against it. When you have linoleum and it gets cold out, that linoleum, it increases the chance it's going to crack, it's going to bend, right? It's not going to be as durable, it doesn't bend as well. This marine grade woven flooring bends very, very well, which is why they really like it in the slide floor. Taking a look at the rest of the kitchen, storage all across the top here. Can take a look at that. Another thing I really like is this, right? Add some texture, add some dimension, and it is all, again, usable storage. I like that they broke it up. Most manufacturers would have just put like, a pane of glass in a standard cupboard. They went with something completely different. A lot of out-of-the-box thinking. More storage here, 3-burner cooktop. Underneath that, you have storage for pots and pans. It's nice and big. And just in case you needed a little bit more, look at that. I talked about possibly having a trash can there, but they have one built in right here. So, I know sometimes you get used to having one on the island. Maybe it's something you want, but it is right behind. I do like that. My favorite part about having it here, folks, is this is where I'm going to put my coffee maker or maybe my espresso machine. So whether it's K-cups or you know, my puck for my espresso machine is done, I can drop it right down in there, which is great. You will also see that you have good drawer space here too. You have 3 drawers that are all going to be tucked away. Now as we move a little bit further, we can see the fridge freezer is also going to be in this slide out, so plenty of cold storage there. And one of my favorite parts about this whole design is going to be this LED accent wall. You will find this in all of the Zen series, the ones that I have seen so far. It's going to kind of be you know, one of the markers of the Zen. I think it looks great, and again blends in seamlessly with that that blade lighting that we have up top. Now as we move in a little bit further here, right, we have our main entry right over to the side, and as soon as you walk in, you have the bathroom. I really like this because, well, I have to use the bathroom a lot. And when I do that, when I'm outside, I can come in, I can do my business, head right back out, and I'm not bringing dirt throughout the entire RV. The door itself is going to be a pocket door, so it does, you know, you don't have to worry about it swinging out and hitting anything. It's out of the way. When I come into the bathroom, I have a lot of space too. I'm 6 foot tall, about 215 pounds. I have great leg space, good shoulder space. The toilet is a porcelain bowl, so it's easy to clean. If I step in the shower here, just to give you an idea, I have plenty of head height at 6 foot tall, especially under the skylight. Even without it, I can stand fully up. You know, if you're gonna be 6'1", you probably have to duck down a little here. You wanna stand under the skylight, but at 6 foot, I am good. We kind of take a look over to this side. You have the mirror with that curve that we've seen Wildwood do. They kind of had it last year. They brought it here in the Zen 2. I love it. Good countertop space there. Plenty of storage underneath. You do have a little bit of storage over to this side here, as well as the electrical outlet, and then you have the on-demand water heater located there too, so you can take a nice long hot shower. Then as we come into the bedroom, as if the rest of it wasn't impressive enough, the bedroom continues to impress for multiple reasons. One of them being this right here. We have a custom king. This is gonna be 66 by 78 inches, but that is a versatile bed, so it comes up like so. Now while yes, that is great for reading, my favorite part about it is all the extra space you get. You can actually change clothes in here, which is fantastic. You also see underneath you have good storage options. Right here, right, you have some bins. So you can access those nice and easy. You don't have to lift the bed up. It does make it a little bit easier though. And you have additional storage under that. So if you want to kick your shoes off or your slippers, you have a spot for them. Over to the side, take a look at this. You have a 4-legged friend. They can climb right up here nice and easy and be able to get into bed. You know, especially if they're little like my dog is. He's about this big, little grizzly. He can just hop right into bed. Over to this side, you have some shelving. You'll also see an electrical outlet, USB port there. Bigger shelves over here, so it's perfect for a CPAP machine. Storage across the top, and of course, you have to have some wardrobe space, which is going to be provided, as well as a little bit of additional storage down below. But why do I love this bedroom so much? Because of this right here. I know what you're thinking, Ian, yeah, extra wardrobe space is great, and you would be right if that's all it is, but this is actually prepped for a washer and dryer. That is something that's very rare to find in a travel trailer, especially of this size. I love that they have the washer dryer prep if you want it. Last thing here on the inside, if you wanted to watch TV, that would be mounted right here. Connections are there. That way you can watch a show before bed. All right, let's take a look at the outside of the 2026 Wildwood 270ZEN. Starting off right up front, this one has a powered tongue jack, which makes it nice and easy to connect and disconnect from your tow vehicle. Also makes it easier to level front and back. You have a cover for your 2 20-pound propane tanks, rails for 2 batteries. You can see both spots right there, as well as the battery disconnect, so you can just flip that and kill any slow drain on the battery. You will also see that you have the rock guard up front here and the smooth aluminum front, which looks great and is easy to clean. And speaking of aluminum, when we come over to this side, you will see that you have the upgraded aluminum on here. This is going to be the retro aluminum, they call it. It's going to be thicker, so that way it doesn't damage as easy, it doesn't dent as easy, it's easier to replace, and it looks a whole heck of a lot nicer too. You also see blade lighting. Well, maybe you can. It's pretty sunny today, but there's blade lighting here on the outside, which gives it a really nice look at night. And in a lot of states, you can actually have that on while traveling. You have dry erase right here on the back of the door, which is kind of cool. And if we take a look at the storage, you have really good front storage compartments here as well. Now again, we saw inside this bed does lift, so you can access that from inside if you so choose. Fresh water fill is going to be located right here, and if we kind of take a look below, you'll see that your fresh water drain is there. Now this one has manual stabilizer jacks. That is an option. My understanding is it's going to come standard with power, but if you want the manual, that is an option. Also, it is a fully enclosed underbelly in there. It is what they call the accessibelly system, which makes it a lot easier for maintenance, right? Rather than having to cut a hole and patch a hole, you can just drop a section of that accessibelly to access anything underneath. That is going to be great for any issues that may arise later on down the road when you need to get in there. Getting into the entrance is nice and simple here too. You have the MORryde step above steps, aluminum treads, foldable grab handle there. And if we notice kind of right over to the side, you'll see this one has a propane quick connect. I really like that because I'm a big fan of my Blackstone, can hook it up right there, be able to grill out, whether we're making bacon and eggs in the morning or burgers at night. I have the capability to cook right out here. You'll also notice that I have plenty of shade on a very sunny day, and that's because we have not one but two power awnings on the camp side of this coach, giving you amazing camp space. And underneath this awning, we have our outside entertainment with JBL speakers tied to that multimedia center inside. We also see we have TV hookup so we can watch TV right out here, blade lighting out here as well. As we kind of make our way to the back, there are a couple things on the back as well as the off-camp side I want to touch. One of them is the fact this one has a bumper, so depending on the sewer hose, you might be able to store it in there. You will also see the spare tire. Now, this one is slid off to the side, so it doesn't impede the view. I think that is actually pretty smart, but I do like having a spare tire on the bumper just because it's so easy to access. Has the cover on there too, protecting it from the bright sun and all the other elements outside here. Taking a look up top, we'll see prep. We have both ladder prep there, so you can climb up on the fully walkable roof. You just need the Lippert on-the-go ladder. And then right next to that is going to be the backup camera prep. So essentially, it is going to be a plug-and-play system. So you can buy the Furion camera, kind of take off that housing. You'll literally plug the other one in. If you're wondering how to do that, we do have a video on the Camping World Tutorials channel. You can check that out, and it'll walk you right through all those steps. Coming over here to the off-camp side, you can see the 50-amp detachable power cord will be located here. We will have our other water connections, the city water inlet, as well as the black tank flush. Cable and satellite will be there. And then if we drop down, we see the termination. You'll notice there are two black tanks and two gray tanks on this one. I like the fact they centralized all the terminations for you rather than having them spread throughout. The last couple things I want to touch on, you have an outside shower here with hot and cold water access as well as the tankless water heater. Now, if you're saying, Ian, I love everything about this one, I just want to know where I can pick one up and how much it costs, I completely understand. We will have a link in the description. Simply click on that link and it will show you. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.